Hi, I'm Curtis. I'll be talking on how routers work. This will be an overview. It's not going to go into a lot of technical detail. It's just to talk about our home routers and what it is they are or do. Now, one thing that we need to understand to even be able to begin to get a deeper understanding is a lot of our home routers are actually two devices built into one. Uh, they're both a router and a switch, which are technically two different types of devices. A router is defined as being a networking device which forwards data packets between computer networks. A switch, however, is defined as a computer networking device which connects devices together on a single computer network. To get a little bit more detail, a little bit more technical, a router is a device that operates at OSI level 3. It deals with IP addresses and packets. A switch is an OSI level 2 device dealing with MAC addresses and frames. Keep in mind these are very basic explanations. How do they work together? To understand that, we need to understand what a network is. A network is a group of nodes, or it's easier to think of it as computers that are interconnected. For example, let's take your work or my home. Take our home. You may have uh, anywhere from 5 to 15 devices connected through your router at home. I've got 3 TVs. I've got 2 laptops, a desktop, probably a couple of iPads, my phone, my wife's phone. So we've got 10 plus devices that connect through it. They're all, to get out to the internet, if we want to go to, for example, we have to go through our router. Now, we can think of it as a kind of a fence between our network and the outside world's network. It's common, the name for it, the official name for it is a gateway. You oftentimes look, if you want to look into the details of your IP addressing on your computer, you'll see an IP address for your gateway, and that gateway address is your router. An easy way to think of these networks is, take for example, if I've got my TV and anything, and my phone and my computer, if these devices can intercommunicate without having to go out through my router, they are on my local network. An example of this would be Chromecast or Apple TV, where from my phone or a tablet, I can communicate directly with my TV, possibly through, depending on the type of communication, I can communicate directly with my TV without having to go to an outside website, server, etc. So that would be local. However, let's take my TV again. If I want to watch Netflix on my TV, that is going to have to go outside through my router to the internet, Netflix.com, to be able to bring in the content, the movies, the TV shows that I want to watch. Now, if a computer is on the same network as the one it wants to speak with, it has no need to go through the router. However, if it's on a different network, for example, TV, Netflix.com, it will need to go through my router. You can think of routers as delineators. I think that the term gateway, the more technical term, is very descriptive as well. Now, another easy way to think of how the switch and router relationship works is it's all about communication. Think of when you were a kid and you asked a parent for permission. They often will ask if you ask the other parent. Well, if two computers need to talk, they may just need permission from the other parent, which is the router, to move on to the next step. I hope you enjoyed this discussion. I know it's just a brief overview, and there's a lot more technical that we can get into it. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. Bye.